Okay, let's have sopranos over here, altos, tenors, basses. No soloists. Thanks for all of you that stuck around to hear about. I mean, there's so many exciting things coming up, and the biggest one I'm going to talk about is the garden plans. This is information for you, cheerleading, and opportunities for you to get involved. I want to frame this as a update. I don't think we want to take a time for a lot of questions of getting into the weeds. So if you have specific questions about the garden afterwards, you can see me. If you have specific questions about budget, you can talk to one of the finance people. I have a lovely plan with pictures of plants. Anyway, let's get to it. So I called this What's New at UCOV, and we have, next slide, new members, new visitors, new friends. We're going to work on renewed garden. Next slide. Thank you. We have a concert series coming up. Very exciting. We have community programs, we have the auction, we have social events planned. I'd like to start with the new garden plan because this is a big one. We've been working on it for a long time, and it came out of two wishes. One was to have a shady area to sit after service. And the other wish was that, the memorial garden. So if you look at the picture, on the right side is the memorial garden. Maybe you'll recognize the big swoopy path. The sanctuary is over on the left. There's kind of a dividing line down the middle. And then on the left side is the Lynch Garden, which was funded by the Lynch family. So these gardens, as you may have noticed, have gotten tired over the years. And that's just the matter of life. And several hurricanes. Some of our little trees have died, and our shrubs have died. Some things have gotten overgrown. So there were two wishes, as I said. One was to form a shady seating area, and the Lynch Garden is a perfect place for that. And we've talked to the Lynch family. And they're very excited that we're going to work on refreshing the garden, and they're open to these plans. And then I'm sorry Dave Williams couldn't be with us today because he has a special place in his heart, as you know, for the memorial wall and garden. And also that area needs to be refreshed and reinvigorated. And he wanted to also place a walkway from the parking area through to the memorial garden to make it more accessible and more noticeable that we have this lovely area. So two separate visions, two plans.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where, I think I know on that where the sanctuary is.
Left corner.
But where is our front where we actually come in? That's what I can't tell right now.
Thank you, John.
Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Edmondson.
Parking.
Parking in here, this is the walkway you're considering. This is our easement in here.
Driveway, yep.
Yeah, driveway that goes
Where,
behind
but
you.
where is our, like, where we meet out in the front,
That does not appear. It's, yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's
This
what I
is where you are.
Yeah, I'm going to show a little bit blown up picture in a minute. Okay, so the Spitzers very kindly funded a plan, which this is the result. We had a professional gardener, landscaper plan. It has Florida-friendly plants that will be beautiful and long-lasting and low maintenance. What's the next slide? I think we're going to get into some of the details here. Lynch Garden right now, the wall is to your right, and they said as long as you leave the wall, you can do whatever you want. That tree in the upper left is dead, it needs to go. There's dead shrubs back there. Some of the bromeliads are overgrown. It just really badly needed an upgrade. So the plan is to put a patio area in here and place 3 of those beautiful benches. If we could see the next slide. So the wall, the Lynch wall, is the hot pink at the bottom. The bright pink up there is an area that he did a design for, but we're going to set that aside for now due to funds. There's only so much we can do at once. But the rest of the Lynch Garden plan is, you can see the patio there and the 3 benches. So this is going to be the patio. So here's the existing pathway. We're going to put 3 of the iron benches in here. And just a really lovely plans. You can't see all the detail, but a couple of new trees, beautiful shrubs. Can I have the next slide? So also the memorial wall and garden also is in need of refreshing. So one of the big parts that Dave Williams really wants is a pathway through from the parking area, and that'll have little railings out in the parking area so that people won't drive over the pathway or try to park on the pathway. And you can't see all the detail, but our landscaper has filled in a lot of lovely plants, including around the bench to frame it. There's some lovely, let's see, what does that say? Crepe myrtles. We did simplify it here. He had made a little circle with a boulder. We said, no, we don't need to get that fancy. But some lovely crepe myrtles there, etc. So, this is all part of making our campus beautiful and welcoming, and it's overdue. I think you will agree. That's a sort of a rendering of the pathway. On the right is from the parking area, and I tried to draw in the pathway with some railings. And then on the left is when you're looking from the existing pathway within the garden. That's where the pathway is going to go through. Take out a couple of pieces. There's the benches that we need for the Lynch Garden. And I'm also going to talk about the memorial wall plaques, because that's one of the ways that we're funding the memorial wall, memorial garden renovations. When we sell a plaque for the wall, some of that money goes into upkeep and production of the garden, really. And the benches will also be an opportunity for you to get involved by sponsoring a bench. Let's see. What else do I need to say? So, and I just put this in there because I've also recently been approached with the idea of putting a peace pole on our property. I'm sure you've seen peace poles before. I think it's a lovely idea, and now is the perfect time while we're redoing the garden to find the perfect place to put it. So that's not my project. That's John Van Camp and I believe Marianne Kerner were particularly spearheading that. But so I just threw in a couple of pictures of what a peace pole might look like. So, yes.
The peace pole and the bench going to be wish list items that we can...
Yes. So there will be a wish list component. You're familiar with that, and particularly the benches. We have some benches on our campus already that are dedicated to individuals. That could be a way to go. And if we don't fund all of them that way, people could go together to fund a bench. So that could be a wish list item. But the thing is, we really have quite a bit of the money that we need already due to we have funds for the Memorial Garden from the sale of plaques, and if we would sell some more plaques, we can, I think about 8 or 10 more plaques, we'll actually fully fund that project. I'll get to the questions in a minute. For the Lynch Garden, the Lynch family endowed that, so we have some interest from that. When the Lynches found out about this project, she graciously made a significant additional donation towards this project. So we already have quite a bit of the funds, but we will need some help from the congregation. Okay, let's keep questions brief, but go ahead.
I wanted to ask if you would show the plans again.
Yeah, I'm going to show blow-ups of the plans.
What is the cost of a plaque?
Oh, well, the bench, the cost of the plaque is $500. Yes, thank you, good question. Whoosh, right over my head. Yes, that's an excellent question. Okay, next slide, please. Oh, I thought I had more. Oh, that's not my updated version of the slideshow. Oh, no, it is there. Go back. It's got to be in there. Oh, here we go. You want to see, this is the best I have of the plans. And if you really love to look at plans, I have them up here, okay, if you want to study them. Any other questions on that? Yeah.
Is there anything about maintaining the pond? Richard and I had someone 2 or 3 years ago come and look at it, and they said it was in good condition. They had recommended removal of one weed tree, which we've done, and then
Yeah, this is,
I don't know what you call it, where the water goes into it.
yeah, I cannot,
It fills up with sand.
yeah.
We have to make sure that gets cleaned out.
Those are great questions, and that is not my pay grade. You can talk to Steve or Bill Dowling. They're the folks on that job. Yeah. Any other gardening questions? And this, and we have we have contractors to do it. We're poised to get started. So we're hoping. The finance committee, I should say, has reviewed the budget. If you have any specific finance questions, you can ask John Spitzer.
This will be in the wish list?
Some of it will be, but what I want to emphasize to you is that a lot of the money is already in our hands. Yeah, so, because it's been a heck of a year, hasn't it? Between the parking and the roof and the solar panels. But this just, there's so many good reasons to do this.
Marcia,
Yes,
question.
yes,
So like if there's a bench on the wish list and we want to dedicate,
Yes.
we want to donate that to the church,
yes.
could we also put like a little dedication plaque? Like if I wanted to give a bench in honor of my sister,
Mm-hmm.
would that be okay? Could we do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Marcia, I know in the board meeting, we had talked about doing some plantings on the street. Is that part of this?
No, there is more gardening that needs to be done, there's no question. Yeah, we could use a little refresh around the patio, Waters Hall. Roger's raising his hand, he's working on some garden beds that he'd like to use.
Just one question. Is there going to be space for annuals?
No, this is to be a low-maintenance garden. If you haven't noticed, we don't have a massive gardening team. Low maintenance is the word of the day. Florida friendly, yes, all of that. So, I mean, that's the presentation about the gardens. And we will have, yes, Pam?
Is there any thought about putting in irrigation for the gardens?
Well, there is irrigation. It needs a little zhuzhing.
Do you think they're doing that? Will that be on the wish list?
I've been told that not a lot needs to be done. It's an important part of it, yes.
You don't see it, but it's important.
Yes, very much, yeah. Okay, so if you, again, if you have any particular questions, you can speak to me, a member of the board, or particularly the finance team has been very involved in reviewing these plans.
When do you see it being done?
So our hope is to get the hardscape done in December, the new pathway and the new patio, and then in January, in the month of January, the new gardens will go in. Yeah. All right.
Who do you talk to if you want to volunteer to help do yard stuff and garden? We've got a lot of new folks.
Yes, Donna Jewett is heading up any work on the grounds that needs to happen. Yeah.
Donna, could you stand up a minute for anybody who's new in here?
Get your rakes out, get your shovels, come on now.
Tuesday morning, 9 a.m.
We're gonna start some work here, because we have a pollinating garden out here. In case you never noticed, there are butterflies and all kinds of things that flutter out here. And then we have an edible garden down there. So if you want to come learn how to plant things, I'll also show you.
Yeah, so there is, obviously, once we get this done, then we can turn our attention to some of the other areas that need a little refresh, like the side of Waters Hall, like, on our property frontage and around the patio here. Those are small compared to this. This is a big redo that's way overdue. Okay, I'm going to move on now. Just to the rest of the program is going to be real short. Just want to highlight some of the amazing things that are coming and how you can get involved. Thanks to Nancy Minaldi Scanlon and her team, we have 3 concerts planned. It's on your handout. Very exciting. You can go to the next slide. We have our big auction. We have Bill Colgrande, unfortunately, is having some health issues, but he hopes to come down still. He did arrange for some social events, one of which is the Dennis McCarty one-man show, one of which is the Valentine's Day potluck. On your handout. We could use some help planning some more social events. You don't have to do more than one. Grab a friend. Consult with Eileen in the office. She'll help you pick a date, all of that good stuff. We would love to have a set of lectures for our own benefit and to bring in the community. I've talked to Nathan Goodrow, and he could do a talk on cybersecurity, which is so needed. We need some folks to help us organize some more of these. You just do one. It doesn't have to be a big ask. Just do one. All the opportunities. You've heard this before, but it never hurts to say it again. So many things that we could use your help on. We have a tremendous influx of new members and new friends, and of course this is the time of year when the most people are here at UCOV and the most people are here in Venice. So now is the time to grab the bull by the horns and let's go. And that's my program.